I am at my local Dream Center at Thrift store today, hoping to find my next piece to flip, so come shop with me. This is my favorite local thrift store because they have great quality stuff for reasonable prices, where Goodwill recently has been extra pricey. I found this piece for $25.
$25.88.
I loaded it up in the truck all by myself and headed home. One thing about me is I'm really decisive. So when I saw that nightstand and I saw that it was $25, I was like, you know what? Sure. I knew I didn't want a super big piece because I have a lot of commission pieces coming up, so I needed it to be like a kind of a quick project. And honestly, the bones of it being kind of modern were cool because the last piece that I just did was like an over 100-year-old antique dresser, so it'll just be something completely different. So I'm kind of looking forward to testing my modern side a little bit. Shout out to my husband who always helps me move stuff. I'm back to the shed with the piece, and I always start with cleaning it and doing any repairs to it first. I'll show you some of the imperfections that I'm gonna have to work on, and any other things that I have to do before I start painting. So it looks like there's stickers on it. It's definitely got a lot of scuffs. Luckily the drawers slide normally, which is like the number one thing I look for in a piece. But for the most part, the structure is in good condition. Now it's time to clean, so I took off the hardware. I'm just gonna scrape off any of the stickers with my paint scraper. And for a pre-paint cleaner, I like to use Crud Cutter. It's really good at getting off dirt and grease and oils and anything else that's on this thing. Yeah, this thing needed a clean. This already looks so much better just cleaned off, but the drawers kind of smelled like smoke to me, so I'm going to use this Pine Sol to hopefully deodorize the smell in the drawers. Okay, it's been a couple days since I worked on this, but I, in the meantime, scuff sanded the top and then filled in a couple areas where there was some chipping on the corners and on the edges. The top is still really slick. I have no clue what this is made out of, but it kind of feels like a whiteboard. So before I paint it, I need to prime. And this is my favorite primer. You can't even see the name anymore because I've used it so much, but it's the Ben Shellac Base Primer. So I'm going to do the entire piece just so the color is even too, because this is like super white and then this was more a yellowy color. So I might as well just paint the whole thing and make it adhere better. Always, always, always use a foam roller when you're applying this primer. Okay, so now that I've got it primed, I'm going to use this white cabinet door and trim enamel as the base coat before I start doing the blue detail on it. Just so when I'm doing, like, removing the tape, there's like at least a all over coverage of the white and not like some of this primer coming through with some of the yellows still coming through. So I'm going to use my sprayer just to make sure I get every inch of this thing. In between each paint coat, I sanded to make sure it was smooth. So I didn't video all of this tape work, but I like to use this frog tape because it's the best for painting over top of. So I just did vertical lines here, obviously, and then used a tape's width in between. Like, these are bad examples, but taking a piece of tape and literally just putting it in between, and that being my guide to making sure that I'm spacing them out perfectly. There is a particular inspiration picture that I have that I'm kind of going off of. So it has these diagonal lines here, stripes up here, stripes on the sides, and then sort of this diamond pattern along the trim here and along the base, and then this is like painted solid. And the pattern, I actually already had these stencils already, and they're paper, so they don't really hold up super well, but luckily I'm not doing too much of it, so I think it will be fine for what I need. But I think I'm gonna do this top pattern along the top, these arrows right here. know if these arrows are the exact same. They pretty much look the exact same right there. But doing those along the top and the base, so yeah. And I ultimately decided not to use the stencil along the top because after I did it, I thought it was just way too much going on. So I've done 3 coats of the paint, and I'm gonna go ahead and peel the tape off so that the paint doesn't stick to the tape after it dries, so that the lines are much cleaner. And then I can go ahead and start working on this side of the piece now too, since I couldn't paint it before since I had taped all the way over here. Right here, I'm actually using a razor blade to be able to get the tape up because I had kind of stuffed it into the crack. Lastly, I spray painted the hardware with Rust-Oleum's Bright and Shiny Gold, and also for durability, sealed with a semi-gloss finish. I totally forgot to take any of these videos horizontally, so sorry about the quality of these, but I love how it turned out, and it sold so quick.